Every time you walk into a grocery store and head toward the produce section, you are making a fundamental choice about your long-term health. We are constantly told that eating more fruits and vegetables is the key to preventing disease and extending our individual lifespan. However, a significant health advocacy group has recently released a report that might make you think twice about which items you put into your cart without any caution. The Environmental Working Group has officially released their annual list of the 12 fruits and vegetables contaminated with the most pesticide residue. According to this nonprofit organization, 96% of the samples in the group known as the Dirty Dozen were covered in some type of pesticide. This even includes toxic forever chemicals known as PFAS, which do not degrade in the environment or the human body. Today, we're going to explore the results of this massive study and look at the produce that had the lowest levels of pesticides in the grocery store. If you want to understand the hidden risks currently lurking in your food supply, pay very close attention to the scientific data we are about to reveal. To understand the reliability of this report, we must look at the massive amount of data analyzed by the expert researchers. The Environmental Working Group has produced this report every year since 2004 by analyzing results from the Department of Agriculture pesticide tests. This specific analysis examined 54,344 individual samples of 47 types of produce. One of the most revealing aspects of this professional testing is that each sample was peeled or scrubbed and washed thoroughly before being tested. This means the chemical traces found by the researchers were not just on the outer surface, but were deeply embedded in the food itself. Even after this cleaning, the government reported traces of 264 different pesticides across the samples. The health implications of this widespread pesticide exposure are a major concern for medical professionals. There is evidence linking pesticide exposure to premature births and birth defects, as well as issues like lower sperm count and heart disease, and even cancer. Children are particularly susceptible to these contaminants because their bodies are still developing. Varun Subramaniam, who is a science analyst for the Environmental Working Group, mentions that consumers have a clear right to know what is on their food. These findings underscore the presence of dangerous pesticides across the entire food supply. The produce with the highest contamination levels. The list highlights the produce with the highest levels of contamination based on the number and toxicity of detected residues. This year, spinach topped the list as the most contaminated item. This leafy green had more pesticide per weight than any other type of produce tested. On average, spinach samples had traces of 4 different types of pesticides. In the second spot was a group including kale and collard and mustard greens. These were followed by strawberries and grapes and nectarines. Other common favorites like peaches and cherries and apples also made the list. Blackberries and pears and potatoes and blueberries complete the group of 12. The types of pesticides detected varied based on the produce being analyzed. For example, about 90% of all potatoes contained high levels of a chemical called chlorpropham, which is a plant growth regulator banned in Europe. Meanwhile, 67% of the apples tested positive for diphenylamine, which is a chemical used to prevent the skin of the fruit from browning during cold storage. One of the most frequently detected chemicals was a fungicide called fludioxonil. This chemical was found in nearly 90% of peaches and plums. Researchers express concern because these chemicals can take hundreds of years to break down and have been linked to hormone disruption and high cholesterol. Bernadette Del Chiaro, who is a senior vice president for the organization, explained that these substances are designed to kill things, which is exactly why they are concerning to public health. The safest produce and how to reduce exposure. On the positive side of the report, we find the group known as the Clean 15. These are the fruits and vegetables with the lowest levels of pesticides found during testing. Nearly 60% of the produce on this list had no detectable reside at all. Avocados and sweet corn top this list as the cleanest items you can buy. Other safe options include pineapples and onions and papayas and frozen sweet peas. Asparagus and cabbage and cauliflower and watermelon also showed very low levels of contamination. Mangoes and bananas and carrots and mushrooms and kiwis complete this group of safe produce. For many of these items, the natural structure of the plant, such as thick skins, provides a built-in barrier against chemical sprays. To limit your individual exposure to these chemicals, the researchers recommend several practical steps. The most effective strategy is to buy organic versions of the items found on the Dirty Dozen list whenever your budget allows it. If fresh organic produce is too expensive, you should look for frozen organic options, which are often more affordable and still provide the same nutritional benefits. Washing your fruits and vegetables can also reduce your exposure significantly. For firm items like potatoes and carrots, you should rinse them with tap water for at least 20 seconds while rubbing the surface with a brush to remove dirt and residue. For softer items like berries and leafy greens, you should try soaking them for 10 to 15 minutes in water and then giving them a quick rinse. You can also try soaking your produce in a mixture of baking soda and water. The recommended ratio is 1 teaspoon of baking soda for every cup of water. Alternatively, a vinegar mix with 1 part vinegar to 3 parts water can be effective. Soak the produce for 5 to 10 minutes and rinse off any remaining residue. These simple kitchen habits are a powerful way to take control of what goes into your body and protect your family from hidden dangers. If you found this breakdown of the latest pesticide report valuable, then you are in the right place for accurate health information. We spend hundreds of hours analyzing medical reports to bring you the facts you need to thrive. Our goal is to empower you with knowledge about human nutrition so you can live a long and vibrant life. To make sure you never miss another deep dive into the research that determines your health and wellness, hit that subscribe button right now. Your support helps us continue to provide clear and science-based information to everyone in this community. I want to know in the comments today about your shopping habits. Do you plan to switch to organic for the items on the high-risk list? Let us share our best tips for a healthy kitchen and support each other. Thank you for watching and for making your health a priority today. Stay informed and stay